here's some new footage that has emerged. She's like, she was letting him by. Then she moves back forward to impede the ICE officer.
Oh, there we go. A little more. Just a little more. I can do a little more, right?
Yep, I can do a little more. I can make it difficult for people to do their job. Let's walk through this. Let's go on to Minnesota and ICE and what's going on. So we went international. Now let's go domestic. A couple of things before we get to claims and truths. I really want you to remember, please. This is a public service announcement. Don't run over federal authorities with your car. It increases your chances of living quite a bit.
What's your name?
I work for WGN.
I don't know that lady, but I assure you she sucks. That lady sucks. You go to her house, her kids are eating weird snacks that she made. Car smells weird. There's no dad in sight.
Yes. It's fabric seats with a crust on that will never be identified, like a strata layer.
10-year-old kids are eating their boogers. It's a whole thing going on.
So why do certain people gravitate towards certain things? You know, Asians to Ivy Leagues, right? Medicine, for example. Dominicans to Major League Baseball. And white, middle-aged, liberal women to wailing in the streets and acting completely irrationally. And not even in our own self-interest.
It's female privilege.
Yeah, that's the question. Has there ever been a group more privileged than white women in the 21st century?
No.
Well, that's the catalyst.
Yeah.
They, for lack of a better word, they're bored.
Yeah.
They have nothing to fight against. They need something to fight against. That's why you see them so calmly at the Iranian demonstration.
Right.
For solidarity. They're so much calmer because they know what a real struggle is like, and they're here, and they don't have it now.
Right.
Should have asked them. Should have asked them, Iranian protesters, say, hey, how do you feel about this Minnesota ICE shooting?
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, what were you about to say, something, Noodle?
I was just going to say their parents should have let them play mite hockey.
Yes, they should. Although I think it's no contact with the ladies. So the backlash to the murder of the mother of three, Renee Good. I do quotes because, it's all a lie. They continued to escalate this weekend. I warn you, some of these clips involve simultaneously verifiably stupid people, and it's tough to take, but I want you to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The deadly ICE shooting of Minneapolis woman Renee Good has sparked massive anti-ICE protests in the U.S. over the weekend. Demonstrators assembled near the ICE headquarters in Washington, D.C. on Sunday.
His immigration crackdown is making communities less safe. The killing of Renee Good made that abundantly clear.
Is the killing of Renee Good, 37-year-old mother with stuffed animals in her glove compartment, having dropped off her daughter, her son at school, her 6-year-old, is this a watershed moment? I think that she may have been a watershed moment.
This is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today. I know I'm one of them. I love this country.
Okay, gay
what
Mark
I'm seeing
Twain.
Here happening is not America.
I mean, today Vice President Vance even proactively went out to the White House briefing room, which means it was on his schedule. They planned for this, and spent 35 minutes at the podium smearing Renee Good's reputation.
Well, this is not normal anymore, and so I don't know how I could be quiet, and I'm feeling a little sick, so it's hard to BS right now. So
The police do not have the right to shoot you in the face.
We need to pull that chain around.
Actually, they do.
The scale of demonstration in Minneapolis is not new, as many also showed up to protest against George Floyd's killing. Many of those grassroots activists still on the ground never stop. What do you make of these demonstrations now, Attorney General Crump?
You know, Rail, they are necessary.
That is two very stupid people. What do you make of this, Crump? And he still was caught off guard. It's like two people with severe cerebral palsy or Parkinson's, like handing off a drink. Like, I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, I gotta tell you. It's going to get fumbled.
It's very funny. That almost makes me feel like both the characters are being played by Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the guys' names is Crump.
It's just
taste the soup.
I'm not saying it's not because they're black. Don't make it a thing. Okay.
No.
Right? No, I know that'll be implied. So the best way to download the Rumble app. Don't be in the social media ghettos. Download the Rumble app. Follow us there because we're long past playing ball for YouTube. We have seen the goalposts move non-stop, which, you know what, let's just hit a segment of Then and Now. So then, Adam Schiff, yes, good old Schiff, he said that Good was just a mom dropping her kids off at school. Remember that?
It's horrifying to watch. And to think about this 37-year-old woman drops her kid off at school, not involved in protest activity or anything.
Really? No?
Seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, that brings us to now. None of what he just said was accurate, by the way. And she wasn't just there protesting. He said she wasn't involved with protesting. She was leading it. She was doing it all day, committing multiple felonies. Here's some new footage that has emerged showing her car parked perpendicular to the street, blocking it. People say not blocking. Some cars can go by, but you also see that she moves the car to try and more effectively block ICE for more than 3 minutes in this one instance. She'd been doing it all day. Not involved in protesting.
That's her horn, I believe.
And here she is, honking and dancing, mocking, protesting.
And yes, that's a T-Rex. This is the craziest thing.
What about disturbing the peace? What about people who work?
She's about to pull forward a little bit.
She's like, she was letting them by. Then she moves back forward to impede the ICE officer.
Oh, there we go. A little more. Just a little more. I can do a little more, right?
Yep, I can do a little more. I can make it difficult for people to do their job. And here's something I've heard a lot of people say. You'll see people on the left go, oh, so just because she was well, you don't shoot people for dancing in their car. That's not why she was shot.
No.
Let's walk through this. All right, all day, following, protesting, screaming, shrieking, impeding officers. Okay, she wasn't shot for dancing. She was shot. Well, they could have done something else. Okay, great. What should they have done? They could have asked her to move. They did.
Yeah.
All day. Well, they could have tried to take her out of the vehicle. They did. That's when she put it in reverse and then put it in drive and hit an officer. Well, she wasn't a threat right then. It wasn't urgent. They could. Oh, so let her go. So let her go. So let her do it all day and let her go. This is why I say it's for the soul of America. What kind of a country do you want to live in where people can impede, assault, act unlawfully, disturb the peace, and just get away with it and later on get a citation? We lived through that.
Yeah.
That was Minneapolis in the Summer of Love. That was what New York came to be with the catch and release and no cash bail. We know what that looks like. This is more of the same. Just let them steal if it's under $999.
Yeah.
How about no? How about no? Well, officers have no right to shoot you. That's actually not true. Sometimes they do.
Yeah, sometimes they have an obligation
to
defend their own lives, to try to go home to their families.
That's why they carry firearms.
Yeah.
One would argue.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
For a long time.
By the way, if she had not run over this officer, if this officer who looked like he was walking around in the front of the car, right, maybe add 5 seconds to this, and he's walked around and he's more towards the driver's side door, and she tries to pull away, I doubt those guys would have chased her down. They should, but I doubt they would have.
Probably not, because he was already recording and got her license plate number.
Yeah,
right.
Be like, okay, let's get this brought out of the way. If we have to deal with her later, fine. But it's the running over a police officer that needed to be avoided here.
Well, and this is the reason
officer,
that invoking the Insurrection Act is more complicated than it should be. It shouldn't be complicated at all. Because historically, you haven't had governors and mayors actively fighting the federal government and federal law, which brings us to then Mayor Jacob Frey. Remember, he said that the self-defense argument was, in real talk, quote, bullshit.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit.
Okay, so there was no act of self-defense. People were saying, remember, that he wasn't hit. Okay, goalpost move. Because now it's, well, I'm just sure maybe he was, but it didn't hurt. It wasn't a serious injury. That brings us to now.
I mean, the ICE agent walked away with a hip injury that he might as well have gotten from closing a refrigerator door with his hips. He was not injured. I've seen worse injuries from doing that.
And so it could be worse.
No, he was not ran over. He walked out of there with a hop in his step.
Why?
How many stitches did he have the last time he was dragged by a car? Is that relevant? So in other words, if you're not injured badly, call us when you're dead. Call us when you're maimed.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear a word about any of the police officers that took their lives or died of heart attacks or anything else following the events of January 6th ever again from anyone in Minneapolis.
There you go.
Never again.
They didn't have a scratch on them.
They walked away.
We have no idea in the middle of this. The second that accelerator is thrust, you have no idea if it's going to be a tiny hip injury, as the mayor there said, or tires running over your sternum and cracking your chest and crushing your skull. You really don't know at that point. Thank God. Thank God that guy wasn't killed.
Just like when I had a transgender steal a homeless man's lunchbox and whip it at me to change my mind. Remember, that could have just as easily been a knife, a brick, a gun, a bullet, and the lady next to me goes, "You're fine." Well, that's how they view the world. That's why you see them line up one way or the other on Israel, Palestine, and any of these conflicts. It's just, who's more effective? Who's more successful? They must be the bad guys. The rich, bad. Christians, are they a majority? Bad. Israel more effective in war? Bad. Police officers, ICE officers, they have the ability, bad. It doesn't matter the decisions that are made leading up to that. They don't take morality into account. It's oppressor and oppressed. And now you have one group that seems to be the de facto leadership in the Minneapolis revolution. See if you can spot a common thread.
It's okay, we don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy.
What's the white knighting here? She just assaulted him and he got his camera back. You hit her? I can't believe it.
He just stole her mask. That was it. Oh, please.
Careful.
Please.
Lesbians.
With a pepper ball, I would have loved to see that. Just.
I don't want these people to feel like they can act with impunity like this.
I'm not.
Oh, then why are you giving her a warning?
I'm giving her a warning to not interfere with what we're doing, to not make a bad decision today and ruin your life.
Whoa, bad decisions.
Thank you.
That's funny coming from you.
Okay, alrighty. Thank you. Have a good day.
I hope you have a terrible day.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and keep in mind who these white liberal women are protecting. Here's a list of some of the illegal aliens who've been arrested in Minnesota and some of their charges. Strong-arm sodomy, child prostitution, rape of a 12-year-old girl, rape and child fondling, homicide, DUI homicide. Most of them are, of course, from Somalia, Sudan, places like that.
And they were in jail?
These people, no,
they were in prison,
they were
right?
apprehended. Yeah, that's a good point. No.
They're just out there.
Those old sanctuary cities. Yeah, so these women are willing to be out there and protest and assault ICE officers. Let's assume that the ICE officer's a dick. Okay? Is he a child rapist? Because that's who he's going after. Who's worse? They won't give you an answer on that. They won't. They'll just say fascism. And this was commented on, by the way, and I do mean white liberal women, specifically because they are the only ones with the power as a voting bloc to transform the fabric of our country as they have. It was commented on pretty tactfully by this person who goes by Ray Valentina. Just watch.
Renee Nicole Good died being a nigger lover.
Oh.
She died because she wanted to protect niggers who would not piss on her if she was on fire. Anybody saying now she didn't try to run them over, you're a nigger lover. Thank you. My message to white liberals is that these people want you dead regardless. It doesn't matter. Give them everything they want. Let them scam. They still hate you. They still hate white people. They hate you. Can't feel bad for these people. When you have that superiority complex, that you're a white woman saving the niggers. Ugh, I have a mission. I have to save the niggers. And the funniest thing is the very people that she was out there and got shot for are making fun of her death. They're not hailing her as a hero.
Perfect. It's the smallest bleep I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she was black. I needed it anyway.
Just think of the people they've lined up to support. Whether it's George Floyd, whether it's Chaz Chop, Michael Brown. I mean, go through, and then now this lady. How do they always get it wrong? Child rapists, sex traffickers, members of gangs. You'd think they'd get one right accidentally. And I will tell you why. For the same reason that you felt this viscerally when you watched that montage. They're influenced by evil. Anyone want to watch that shrieking, that completely irrational display of undirected emotion and say that it's anything other than straight from the pill of hell? It is narcissism pathologized. And for you, look, we can't solve all of these issues. I do believe we should invoke the Insurrection Act. I'm going to make the case here in just a minute. You can hit that button, join Rumble Premium. Mug Club is Rumble Premium. Rumble Premium is Mug Club. It's the only reason we're able to do any of this. Undercover journalism. Everything that we do is funded by viewers like you. You get 100% more show. You get everything ad-free, as well as the other programs there on Rumble Premium. It's the best deal going. But my advice to you before we get to the Insurrection Act is, look, you can't guarantee your safety. But not hitting officers with your car, what's a good start?
What's your name? What's your name?
Oh, you're still here watching this on YouTube? There's no more. It's over. Just like YouTube. YouTube is over. It's not a thing anymore. How many Seth Meyers clips do you need? Head on over to Rumble. Follow me there. Live on weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, where we can actually speak freely and don't have to self-censor. YouTube it's really not a thing. Like, you ever seen one of those towns that maybe was like a mining town, or maybe they made some kind of alloy? You say, hey, I wonder what they did in this town. It takes a while to find a person who can tell you what they did in that town, and even then you don't fully understand it. That's YouTube. YouTube is that town. So go to Rumble.